takeoff situation, bro. Like, I don't want to like get too. I don't want to get too like fucking like deep into it because you know the shit just happened and like they still like gathering evidence and like not everybody knows. What the fuck is going on? Is that my phone? Oh shit. Um, but like at this point in time, bro, being a rapper, bro, it's a dangerous ass career, bro. Honestly, it's a dangerous ass career. I feel like if you're going into that field and you've made like enough money for yourself, just get you a personal fucking bodyguard team. Get you some type of personal security, whether it be your homies, like homies that you know that got gun licenses that are like in that type of field, like security field type shit, like whoever it is, bro. Like make sure you always got security around you because try like tap like that. It's like our culture is fucked up. I'm sorry to say it, bro, but rap culture really fucked up, bro. It's really all the way fucked up, bro. From the like and I get it that like a lot of the new generation they hear a lot of what the old generation be saying like, oh, y'all don't live y'all raps, y'all do this, y'all do that, like y'all just be doing a lot of shit for clout. And like yeah, like what do you expect niggas to do? You expect niggas to be shooters every day and then come in the studio and just like bro, this is artwork. Like at the end of the day, this is all artwork, bro. Like I didn't I didn't give a fuck that fucking Rick Ross was a CEO back in the day. Like he made good music and that's what everybody cared about at the end of the day. We didn't give a fuck about like all that extra like rah-rah shit that he was doing like outside of that. Nobody ever questioned Jay-Z past, even though that shit is spotted with like a whole bunch of like different like not loopholes, but like shit that people don't even know about. Like there's years of Jay-Z's past that people don't even know about, bro. And then like people just take the shit at face value. But then when it comes to a lot of the new rappers, and I'm blaming a lot of this on social media too, because social media has like opened up like a lot. So that whereas like a rapper could say, oh, they was doing this, such and such and such and such, but like who's gonna check them on it? Like back in '93, if Pac said, "Yo, yeah, we was rolling dice, doing this back out in L.A., and then 2 hours later we was in fucking Vegas, fucking a whole bunch of whores and like, all this other shit." Like, who's really gonna check him on that type of information? Because we don't really have that type of check and balances as we do now with like social media, where everything is under the fucking microscope, bro. Like the moment Takeoff gets shot, like he gets shot, what, like 2, 3 in the morning. I wake up for work at 7 in the morning and I already see like 30 plus videos up online and shit like that. So I just think the whole game is kind of fucked up where like people just want to live that lifestyle, even though they like I felt like in the black community, especially, but like back in the early '90s, I feel like the narrative is changing now. But rapping and becoming any type of professional athlete was like a way out the hood. You feel me? Like that was like one of the tickets out the hood. And if you were blessed with that opportunity, motherfuckers took that shit and ran with it. Like, but then like I don't like the new age of rappers. They get stuck with oh, I want to stay in the hood, or like I'm from this area, not I rep this area to the fullest. Like, bro, at all. That's why I was so hurt. Like this takeoff shit hit me, but like when Nipsey died, bro, that shit hurt me deep, bro, because like he was really spitting that true shit. He was really trying to get like these rappers to think with a different mentality, bro. And like the fact that he got taken away from us so early, bro. What was he, like 25, like 26? Mans was a visionary, bro. He really was about to change the rap game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with the whole takeoff shit, I'm sorry, just to go back to the takeoff situation. Um, the whole culture of checking into the city with with rappers or people from that city, like I get if you want to come to somebody's city and be like, yo, I'm coming to your city, and then like I'm trying to chill with you, or we trying to hit up this spot, this spot, this spot. Like as a celebrity to celebrity, I could see that. But that whole, oh, I'm a rapper, I'm a street rapper. I like I'm coming to Houston, or I'm coming to Atlanta, or I'm coming to LA, and you gotta check in like that. That shit is so weird to me. Fucking Taylor Swift don't gotta check in when she go places. Fucking Beyond, like even people in like, yeah, Bad Bunny don't gotta check in when he go places. Like a lot of these at all. Exactly, and why do we keep that type of culture around? That's killing. So you already know, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, they can't hear you. They can't hear you that well. They put it up a little bit, but like but
All right, now you can hear me
like
now. Damn.
oh, they couldn't hear you.
They gave me now.
Uh, but yeah, with the whole um that shit, it just boggles my mind.
It's a deeper conversation that needs to be had on a
Because
larger level.
like, of course, and that's why we're here to have it. Because like you said, like every other community has those issues, right? But I feel like as a community, they work together to get rid, like to make sure those issues aren't like super prevalent in their communities. Like let something happen within the black community. Everybody's so decisive. Everybody's so like nobody can ever stand in unity, and that's where in the issue lies for me. That's where the issue lies for me. Like like take off being shot and then all that stuff being posted on the internet, all those videos, especially what TMZ did, like posting that photo and shit like that. Like number one, that shit could really traumatize people. Like that's not no regular shit that you put you put on the internet. Like that's some really graphic shit, and I feel like they only do it to our people because let that happen in somebody like in another community, and I guarantee you there is going to be an outrage. They're going to be like, "Yo, why is this video up? Why is this up? Like, why are we doing this? Why?" But yet we have people with like our own people who are like sitting here like promoting the shit, posting the shit, just so they could get like be the first one to like show Takeoff's body. I don't know what the fuck the underlying like
Imagine being his
reason
father and
is.
finding out that way.
Yeah, like that shit is crazy, bro. Like I'm almost positive that man got kids. Imagine that man like son or daughter see that man dead body online, bro. While they just scrolling, like it's sickening. Like legit, it's sickening, bro. It's sickening, and I'm tired of seeing like our people online like looking like that, bro. And I know it happens, but I like we gotta nip it in the bud, bro. We gotta nip that shit in the bud.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second, right?
No.
These other communities don't experience this, right? But what other
Mm-hmm.
communities have music that glorifies murdering motherfuckers that look like me?
None.
What other music genre glorifies the murder of like-minded people or like people that look like me?
None. None.
I don't know, man. It's just fucking disgusting to me, honestly. I think I'm gonna make a conscious effort to try to monitor the music that I'm listening to and consuming because we are what we consume at the end of the day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go around and say like, yo, rap is like a bad, like, you know, because I grew up on rap. Like, there's the shit that I relate to. Like, there's the shit that like happened in my hood. There's the shit that like I see around me on a daily basis. So I could never like sit here and like chastise rap, but like like certain songs that have been dropping recently have been like it's just been negative vibrations, no bullshit. It's just been like shit that has been like it hasn't been positive, bro. It hasn't been positive, bro.
Imagine the drill scene.
And honestly, drill is a big factor of it. But I don't see why as drill rappers you can't take it. First of all, as drill rappers, you're deep in the trenches. Number one, like if you was like if you a drill rapper and you had any type of like like not I want to say like any traction in the hood, then like you definitely were in the trenches for real, and like you should look at like, oh damn, I got a record deal, I should take this, or I got a hit song or something like that. I should take this as an opportunity to try and get my family out this like situation that we in. Like, you feel me? Or set up my future generation for better situations. But what they do is they just keep like it's just like a never ending cycle with the drill. Keep it within the homies. Keep it within the homies. They're staying in the same neighborhood. Keep perpetuating violence. Like it's like, oh nah, this is my block. I'ma live and die for this shit. Like I really don't get it. I don't get it.
And I was playing devil's advocate, but I'm gonna definitely agree with you because there are core elements to the genre, right, that lend the positivity as far as getting it out the mud or making something out of nothing or being successful. You hear a lot of that shit in the music where they're like get the money, go grab. I believe myself personally, I think that hearing that mantra constantly over and over and over again, go get the bag, go get the bag, go get the bag, has made me successful in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely positivity to it. Like for example, when drill first exploded in Chicago, bro, like it was a music situation. These people was making songs about people that was a couple blocks away and what they was gonna do to them people. They did it. An explosion of crime and killings and shootings in Chicago when drill exploded. Really hasn't slowed the fuck down, honestly.
Honestly, it hasn't. And the crazy thing is, like, not like looking at Chicago, like specifically, the amount of like rappers that there was a lot of talent that was lost because of gun violence, because of that whole beef and shit, and the whole like that whole gang scene in Chicago, like. Like I don't want to get too deep into like the names, but y'all know a couple of them, like the FBG, Duck, and Vaughn. But even though the Vaughn situation happened like outside of Atlanta, but he like I felt like it kind of like followed him to where he was at. Like it was like wherever he went, like the shit was following him. It was like a dark shadow that was following him everywhere. But I don't know, man. Like you see the product that Dirk's putting out right now, and I feel like there was a lot of rappers that were in Chicago that could do the same level of work, if not even better than what Dirk is doing right now.
I'm real surprised at Dirk's popularity recently because, like, I met Dirk a couple times in King of Diamonds when I was working security or whatever. Got a couple pictures with him. You're a cool, laid back dude or whatever. But to see where he came from, to see where he's at now, it's like you got to really appreciate the network and the connections that he's got because that's what's keeping him alive in the game. Because this drip shit is
Mm-hmm.
dying. As
Because
K picked it up, you see it's dying.
yeah, I mean, he did it the right way. He took it. I feel like he had the foresight to see what was going on in Chicago, and he just what is he live in Atlanta now? I believe Atlanta, LA, somewhere around there. But he saw the foresight. He got himself up out of it, and that's what you need to do, especially if you're a rapper that like if you're really like in the hood and you have the talent and the opportunity or like presents itself to for you to get out the hood or get out that environment, then by all means do it. Like by all means do it. And I'm not saying like you need to like go ingratiate yourself in like other hoods. Like there's affluent like black places that you could go live at. Like there's affluent black neighborhoods in America. Like even though like it's not advertised as much as like a Beverly Hills or like fucking Brentwood or what's that area in Chicago that has like the mansion that MJ live. Yeah. So like even though it's not like advertised like them and like West Side of New York is another one. But there's other places. There's places where like there are black affluent families that you could easily take your people out the hood and put yourself in better situations and set your future generations up like to be in better situations. You feel me?
What do you think that? All right, I'm gonna ask you two questions. What do you think as a community we can do collectively to slow this shit down, at least to try to get it to come to a halt at some point in time? What can we do collectively?
At this point in time, bro,
Stop supporting this shit. You stop listening to the music. You stop giving it numbers. You stop making them successful. I don't think that's gonna happen. How much they push this music and how much they push this negative violence narrative and shit, man.
like it's already like deeply ingrained into our
Cement.
community. So I wouldn't even like honestly, it's gonna take like a big it's gonna take something big to get everybody together.
Where
Like
the leaders at?
that's the thing, we don't really have them, and the ones that we think we have aren't doing anything.
They for self.
They aren't doing anything. They like something that happened in the black community yet. There won't be any traction or there won't be any preventative measures put up to make sure that that same issue doesn't happen again. Like
Doesn't seem to be any consequences for this type
at
of shit.
all. At all.
It's gonna continue to keep happening.
Well, honestly, what we need to do is like the same way everybody like, all right, in the black community, I could say this. Motherfuckers don't stand for domestic violence. I could say that. Like if I could see one thing in the black community, they won't stand for domestic violence, or at least a majority of people in the black community I see will call out bad when they see it bad when it comes to that. Because the whole situation with Lil Baby, like not Lil Baby, what's his name, Baby, and his baby mom, in correlation with the whole issue he had with the LGBTQ community, it literally like ended him. like legit just ended him.
I
Like
really ain't heard from
I,
him in a while. Can't hear you, bro. Hmm?
hold up.
Oh, there you
It
go.
might have been me. It might have been me. All right, there it goes. It was me. It was me. My
Oh,
bad.
yeah, I can hear you good.
But damn, I lost my train of thought. But
Talking about the baby.
yeah, like he just recently dropped the album too. That's the crazy thing. You say
Christmas.
you haven't heard anything from him. He just recently dropped something. But it's like little things like that. Like when we see bad with like certain people in the black community, we need to stand up for what's right. Like we need to stand up for what's right, son. And then once we do that, and then once we like boycott the the right people, like that's what we need. It's certain bad seeds that we allow to like just hang around, and they continue to spread more bad seeds. Like honestly, we need better people leading our people, especially the young people, because like the next generation coming up, that's where we're not giving them any guidance as the generation of like ahead of them. Like I get, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It goes into a lot
A lot to
deeper than
unpack.
that.
Unpack
It's
that
a
shit.
lot deeper than that because what America did to the black community kind of fucked up the black household because the black household, that power structure, the power structure in anything in America is the fucking household. It's the household. When you have a solid foundation in the household, bro, like that's where your community, that's where the community thrives at, bro. And in the 80s and 90s, they were systematically just tearing down tearing down our communities.
Say it like it is. Taking the man out the house.
Exactly. Putting them in jails for like honestly, like, we could even go further even before then, because we go into the Great Depression, from the Great Depression into the Vietnam era. The black man wasn't really getting any jobs. And then on top of that, since they weren't getting any jobs in the Vietnam, like after World War II, going into the Cold War era, America was really, 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 really scared of communism, bro. Like that was their number one fear. Number two being black people. Like that was their number one fear was communism. And number two was black people at that point in time. And this was like 50 years ago. No bullshit. Like and what do they do to get rid of their both top threats? They they needed money to fund their wars to get rid of communism. So what do? They go buy cocaine from the same people that they're trying to stop the war on drugs from, and then drop that cocaine off within our black communities. And
She just
boom,
show up
we got
from
cocaine and crack
motherfucking
cocaine.
Tennessee. My shit came from Columbia, motherfucker.
Exactly, exactly. and like and the crazy shit is like the shit is like there was a trial for it. Uh, Reagan almost took the fall for it, but he had a fall man. Like people know, like it's not like this is like information that I'm like making up out of the blue. Like people know about this shit. Like there's movies about this shit. There's shows about this shit. Where America has been like buying cocaine from Colombians to drop off into America, into the inner cities, and for them to use that money to to fund their wars.
Hold up.
And then on the back end, and then on the back end of that, this part a lot of people know because it was on um I forgot the Netflix documentary, but it was big back in like 2018. But they go into detail about the three strikes, where it first started with Nixon and in the war on drugs. Like they were fighting a whole war on drugs when they were the ones bringing the drugs in. in the first place. And the people that they were jailing for those drugs was the black man. And I believe in 1970, like early 1970s, the jail population was less than 200,000. Was less than 200,000 people. And then through the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, because of the war on drugs and the three strikes rule and how much fucking time you get for cocaine, for not cocaine, mind you, because white people had cocaine.
Right.
White people had cocaine too, not cocaine, because cocaine was too jailed for it was two different jail sentences for that.
Know the recipe.
So,
Man.
so crack cocaine was getting the black man jailed at a fucking alarming rate, and then you take that out the black household, and now you have a bunch of single mothers, like a lot of single mothers trying to do the job of two parents, and at the end of who you are, I don't single dad, being a single end parent, anything is stressful. It's stressful, especially when you know, like it's not like you're single and then you got like child support coming in. Like, no, your man is gone. He's locked up. It's you. It's you and your child against the world. That shit's not easy. And plus back then, like black women didn't have the same opportunities as they do now. A lot of black women back then weren't as educated as the black women as that. We didn't have as many educated black women as we do today. So they didn't have the same opportunities to make money as they do today. So back then, what the government do? Introduce welfare to the black community. Like even though I feel like yeah, exactly, and even though I, like I haven't done too much research on that particular aspect, so I don't want to get too deep into that. Um, I feel like, in my opinion, that kind of fucked up the whole mindset of how the black household should be, like how the household should be.
Nuclear family.
Mm-hmm. Like people took away the value of family. Like America took away the value of family to
Good check.
black people.
Section A,
And
you want to live in this apartment for $22 a month? He got to go. Or we'll give you enough food stamps as you need to survive for you and your children. We're going to incentivize making sure that you don't have a man in the house.
mm-hmm.
And then what you said about the prison is
and
industrial complex too.
but it even goes deeper than just like having a man in the house. It's just, even if it was like not another man, like the structure is like it was like everything that they were doing in the 80s and 90s was to keep like black people at a certain level, whether it was redlining, letting us know where we can and can't live, where we can and can't work.
Chicago still
Like,
is affected by that.
yeah, you're right. A lot of cities are. A lot of cities are like, you can still see the after effects of redlining. And the crazy thing is, we haven't even fixed that issue of redlining, and we're already in the gentrification area stage of real estate, which is crazy to me. So now, like black people getting priced out of these communities is crazy. It's crazy. These same places that these well-off people didn't want to live at, now they want to come into these communities and set up their roots. And like, how about the little person? How about Miss Annie down the street who's been living here 37 fucking years, and now she can't fucking afford her rent because you want to bring a Whole Foods and park it down the block and then fucking go to your Kroger's every fucking Tuesday? Like, shit don't make sense to me. Fucked up shit. That shit goes right, and that shit goes right into our music. And the crazy thing is, I haven't seen it bleed into like our like film artwork yet, because that's where I feel like we should be. That's where I feel like we should be. Like that's the light that I need our music to be looked at under, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Music, film, it's all art at the end of the day. So that's what it should be looked at. And that whole living what you rap shit, it shouldn't be like a premise or a prerequisite to being a fucking rapper. It's if you got the skills or not to
Sounds good, man.
articulate what it is that you lived or what it is that you want to say.
Having
Like
storytelling,
exactly.
necessarily have to be my story, but it's a story. You know what I'm saying? But
All
I want to switch gears.
right.
Okay, I definitely wanted to touch on that deep. Touch on some things we had to touch on, man. It's a necessary
No doubt.
conversation. How's that happen? Let's switch gears, man. I saw you go up to New York, my boy. I saw you up top. How was
Yes,
that?
sir.
How was
Yes,
that?
sir. Yo,
Hey,
that
meet,
shit
meet,
was
meet up.
so lit. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. Let me close this window up right quick. Right back.
Yeah, my boy just went up top. Red, Tommy, Bbe'S was up there, Neezy was up there. Crazy.
All right.
Telling them all the
But
folks that was up there. Slick, Queen, Carmel, Vibes, Neezy, you, Red, Tommy.
mm,
Crazy.
it was a movie. It was a movie.
Had to be.
We ended up just going to mad different food places. We ended up like just having fun, just having a ball, man. Like it was some cool people. Like first of all, let's get into it because the underlying question, and I know that shit was on everybody's mind before we all met each other was, yo, how tall is this motherfucker? And how short is this motherfucker?
Undefeated.
Cause motherfuckers is capping all over the fucking discords and all over the
Who
chats.
capping, boy? Talk. Hey,
But
let it out. Hear it out.
but nah, nobody really capping. Nobody was really capping. The
Vibes
biggest
ain't puffing
surprise
to me,
to
though.
me, the biggest surprise to me was Red. Red was a lot taller than what I thought.
Oh, that boy about 6'3". It
Yeah,
got to
Red
be.
was a lot. Red a lot taller than what I thought. I'm trying to think. Um, Kibi was a lot taller
Oh,
than what
Kimmy
I
was there
thought.
too? Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Kimmy was there. I saw her on the picture. I saw
yeah.
her on the tape.
Kibi was a lot taller than what I thought too.
5'8".
Um, I'm trying to think, but
TT though?
nah, TT wasn't there. TT wasn't there. Nah, but we're gonna link up with TT soon. We're gonna link up with.
That feel though,
Got to,
going up there to go see them boys. I know,
bro. It felt like
no different than when we on the computer. Back
yo,
same.
if bro, it legit felt like I was in a Discord party, bro. Like no bullshit. Like everybody's the same way they are in real life. If IRL, bro, they all the same motherfuckers. Same motherfuckers you see behind the screen, bro. Fuckers that you
Love
gonna
our
get
collective, man.
IRL, bro.
And we
Mm-hmm.
deep as hell too. Heard of us. It's
Mm-hmm.
just base. Not to mention the motherfuckers that want to be in the collective. Shout out to Red, Nasty, and TV.
That's a fact,
Bringing
man.
us all together like this, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful, bro. And the beauty the most beautiful thing about it is the fact that we do this from coast to coast. Like we got like
Seattle to New York.
yeah, like it's a beautiful thing, bro. Like
We need more of
we
this going
drank
on.
we drank Henny together. We danced. We partied. We ate pizza together. Smoked together. Like it was, bruh. It was like family, bro.
For
It was like being with family. You know?
So when I went to Vegas, I with Don and motherfucking everybody up in the nation. I'd have been able to go to Atlanta and see DB just moved around the damn 5 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I know, I know. I gotta come up there and visit y'all boys. You know,
Boy
Denver's
was
one of my
just
cities.
5 minutes away from you. Now he's 5 minutes away from me. That shit crazy. That shit OD. As far as like DJing going, man.
Alright.
Tell me, how did you get your official, man? I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna
Yo,
do none of that. You be on your shit. I be in this bitch for hours watching you just do your thing. You be spinning. The entire takeoff playlist yesterday. I was like, how do I even know this motherfucker had that many songs? So you definitely well versed in your profession.
so with DJing, goddamn, I'm trying to remember where this party was at, but I remember it was a house party that we got invited to. And then yeah, it was a house party we got invited to. It was 19 at the time. I was 19 at the time, going to this house party. Um, we get there and like the vibe was cool. Like we couldn't like you couldn't really hear the music, but I always kept like these big ass stereos in my trunk because we always like whenever we went out to play basketball, we always connected our like fucking shit to the speaker. And then we would always play music. And this was like no bullshit. I bought that shit everywhere with me because of like,
New York,
bro,
you never know
like
when the party can happen.
not I wasn't even in New York like then. Like at that time, I was already out here. I was already in PA. Yeah. So I get inside the party, and then everybody's upstairs. Like it's a shit ton of people upstairs in this house. And mind you, it's a big ass crib. Like it's one of those like family homes. Like got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Like upstairs and downstairs, got a living room, dining room. Like it was a big ass house. And there was like there was just so many people upstairs. And I was like, yo, why is everybody upstairs? Like, where's the party at? Yo, the party's in the basement. So then I go in the basement and then like I hear music, but like it's not nothing that got you like moving. Like some people was playing music, but it was like some like weak shit. It was like I forgot what he was playing. I think he was playing like Crank That Spider Man or something like some weeks. Like it was something super weak, bro. Like bro, it was so bad. And then I was like, yo, let me take over. Let me take over because he's playing off his PC. He's not really a DJ or anything, but he was just playing music off of YouTube or like what was it that what was big back in the day? I
Pandora,
think it was like nah, not Pandora. He had
iTunes, or some
oh
shit.
no
Might be
wow what the
LimeWire. You too old for that. 19.
nah, it wasn't LimeWire. LimeWire was that was like a couple years before that. Um, I want to say like Napster. I
I
think it
was
was
about to say that.
Napster.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
I think he had Napster. It was either Napster or like YouTube when YouTube first started out. But he was playing music off the shit, right? And I was like, this is just not it. This is not it. So then I got on the shit, and then I gave first of all, I carried my iPod everywhere too. And my iPad had thousands of songs on it. So then I like plugged my iPod into his PC, and then
Big serious in this motherfucker. What up,
plugged my
boy?
speaker into his whole like sound system to give it a little bit more volume. And then fucking I just started going to work. At first I started using the Napster, but then Napster wasn't really like vibing, I wasn't really vibing with it. Let me start using YouTube. And then whatever song I was looking up on YouTube kept popping up. So just like I would have, so the way I had it set up was I'd have 3 separate tabs open, right? And then I would pause, um I would play a song that would be playing for the crowd. On the second tab would be the song that I would play next. And then my third tab was a tab that I used to be able to like get people to like have a clean transition. So like there's no dead air. So like I did that shit literally for like 5 straight hours, and I was having mad fun just switching through YouTube tabs, like boom, 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 boom. Like this song went, then this song went, then this song went. Like, and every time I like right before the first song ended, and this was before YouTube had commercials and shit. So like I didn't really have to deal with any commercials. It would just go song to song to song to song. So it was like, yo, right before like 30 seconds before the song ended, I went into the next song. And then right when that song was playing, right when the second tab song was playing, I went into the first tab song, put a new song, and made sure my third tab song had a backup song also. So that transition from the third tab to the first tab was always clean, and that's how I first got my start. And then um I did that for I think like 2 or 3 parties where like I'll just show up and then people be like, yo, play some music. All right. And then after like the third time, I was like, you know what? Like I might as well invest in like a turntable. So then I was at a flea market, and then while I was at the flea market, I saw this little ass like $50 turntable, like no bullshit. It was probably like the size of like a fucking like a notebook, no bullshit. Like it was like this big. And like I bought that shit. And then I started learning how to like transition from song to song on that shit, scratching on that shit. And then I actually did a couple of my first gigs was on that fucking and then yeah, that's how I first got started. And then from there, like I made enough money to I wasn't really doing big gigs by then. I was only doing like small like house parties. Like if people had like small get-togethers, wanted like music in the background, but they didn't really want to like have to deal with the hassle. They would like throw me a quick, hey, here's a quick 100, play some music for. I was like, all right, bet. And back then I was in college, like money
Need
was
that.
like, yeah, the money was cool. So like the shit was all right. And then once I got a little bit more comfortable, I actually invested into like a whole setup, bro. Like it was like 18-inch fucking like subwoofer speaker combo
Damn.
fucking I ended up getting like a bigger controller. Um I almost invested like $2,000. And
Damn
then
though.
I was like at first it wasn't. Like the first right after I bought it, the first like 6 months I want to say was dead space for me. I was like, damn, I only did like 3 parties then. I think during that time span. So it really wasn't like moving like that. So I was like, I make a mistake. Like, I don't know. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I got all this equipment, even though I'm not like out in the bars or out at parties or out at like baby showers or whatever working. I'm like, so the way our house was set up, um, my like I had a whole like basement area, and the basement had like a living room area, and then my bedroom was in there downstairs in the basement, and it was finished with like the carpet and everything. So like I had my system set up like in the corner of the basement, like over in the fucking corner. And anytime I didn't need to like, anytime I ain't have any gigs or anything, I'll just go right over to that corner and fucking practice music. Like homies will come over and just vibe out to the music while they drinking, playing video games. I know they was playing some fucking Call of Duty and we had Halo set up in the
Mhm.
basement also, and Call of Duty. We also had like the Wii set up, so he was playing Wii Sports. Um,
That bowling was it though.
that,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah, so it was a vibe. Like I ended up turning that basement. That basement was actually my first lounge. Like that was what I called my lounge. Like as soon as I opened up my bedroom door, I walked into my lounge, pretty much. Because like, and people like I was happy that people could find that shit as a safe space. Yeah, people like whenever they was like feeling stressed out or like wanted to just come chill and kick it, like they always came to like crib and chilled in it. But they just let me do my thing, and that's where I gained the confidence to continue like DJing and DJing. And then later on that year, ended up getting a shit ton of gigs, and then that was actually my first that next year. So I bought the equipment around April or May. I want to say that next year around January, I got my first club gig. And like I was I was so ecstatic, man. I
That's
was
up.
like yeah. And then from there I just kept doing my thing. And then I would get fucking like requests to come DJ to like different parts of like Pennsylvania. So I don't know, like I don't know if you ever pull up a map of Pennsylvania. There's a shit ton of state schools is what they call them, which is like state funded universities, and all on the east coast of Pennsylvania. I think I DJ'd almost every single state
Oh, that's one thing.
for like for like 2 or 3 years. No, I was at Millersville for a homecoming, DJ there. I DJ'd at
That's a bag.
DJ
You
that
feel me?
Westchester. I done Shippensburg, which is where my wife would go to school at. So that shit like
Podcast before, man. It's the
I'm trying to think. Oh, I did a couple in Philly too. A couple of the ones in Philly. But I ain't do those. Those were like not too long sets. I think they were only hour sets, but yeah.
basically with the podcast. 100% interested in. It sounds like you got it out the mud. You start doing tabs and shit, DJ. You got it out.
Yeah, bro. And then my like just last year. Well, no, not last year. Just this year, I got to DJ with. Is it my first celebrity DJ? Yeah, this would have been my first celebrity DJ that I got to DJ with this last year. So, back in July, I did a brunch party. It was me, another very popular DJ out in New York. His name is Young Jazzy, and then but he's more popular with the the Haitian and like Caribbean community out there. But it was me, him, and then we had DJ from Hot 97, um, DJ Youngchild that pulled up also. And it was legit a vibe. It was legit a vibe.
What's been your best show so far, man? What's the one set that you your
Yo,
favorite set?
so my best set so far. All right, so it's a few. It comes in a few ways because I can't really like say I've had like a best
I
set
don't know.
so far, but I could say that there's 3 sets that I know that are super memorable. The first one I know was we were doing like we so there were these promoters that I knew that they were trying to do like a homecoming event, but like for a whole bunch of colleges, and they ended up doing it, and it was like 6 or 7 different colleges that pulled up to this nightclub, and bro, like the place when I say was fucking insane, like from wall to wall. You couldn't really move. I'm talking about like at least that one I remember probably had my highest um people count. Like how many people were actually in the crowd. I want to say that it was at least like anywhere from 800 to like
Ah, damn.
1100. It was 8 to 1100 people. So it was a lot of people in
When I tell y'all this is the best DJ on Twitch, motherfucker, I'm not capping.
that. So, bro, I appreciate that though. I appreciate that, bro. But that day, I was just in a zone. Like I wasn't even smoking then. I like I was smoking, but I wasn't even high and I wasn't like drinking. I like was just in a fucking like
Oh,
I was just in a fucking zone, bro. Like I didn't have the mic in front of me or nothing like that. Like I had the one promoter had one mic and then my MC had the other mic. And I just focused it like 100% in on the music. And the crowd was just going stupid. Like everything I dropped, the crowd was going nuts. And to the point where outside, like, it was all right. So it was Nuck If You Buck was one of the songs that I dropped first. And then after that, we went into what was it, Love Sosa. And then from Love Sosa, we went into the I Don't Like remix with Kanye. Somebody got shot outside
I
right after I dropped
advise.
that third. Right after I dropped that track, somebody got shot outside in the park.
Like if you
So
buck,
that,
everybody loves
so
Sosa.
then, yeah. So then, um, there was somebody. There was like the promoters they was letting me know. They was like, "Yo, it looks like they was about to shut the party down because like people got shot outside." Police pulling up, all this, and everybody got to stay inside the building and all this shit. I was like, got to stay inside the building. So then I talked to the sound engineer guy. I was like, yo, you think since everybody's still in here and you don't want everybody to panic, we could just like I'm not gonna play no Love Sosa or anything like that, but we could like still like vibe out in this bitch. And he was like,
Soca in that bitch.
he was like, yeah, we could still vibe out now. And we just vibed out for like another hour and a half while the police doing their thing outside. Um, they came in, questioned whoever they needed to question, but they didn't really like interrupt the party too much. Like, bro, honestly, my like I don't think anybody died that day. I think that like that person just like got shot in the leg. So it wasn't like anything too serious. Like thank God. But like outside of that, that shit was a vibe. Like that was probably
I could try to ruin it forever.
right.
About the mother sets.
So the other two sets, the one was a private party. Um, like this one was only memorable because the aesthetic of the party was just it was a gold like they had it like all it was an all white party, but the trim itself of the party was like white and gold. Like when you walked in there, and they had the whole setup for me. Like they had the whole setup for me like to the far back, but then they overlooked the dance floor, and like they ended up getting a smoke machine, which I wasn't like big on smoke machines, but like hey, they added it, so like I'm not the one to complain. And plus it worked well with the lights that I bought with me. And like, and it was just a straight up Caribbean party. It was the girl's birthday and it was just straight up Caribbean party, bro. Like straight up. Like
Be the best part. Sleep on them.
and we kept going up until like 4, 5 a.m. maybe. And get home to like 6:30.
Go.
Yeah. And then I want to sit trying to think. Last one, I had to choose the last one. Huh. I would have to choose.
Choose. Lay it both on me.
I would have to choose the party, pool party, only because just like how I said, the aesthetic of the first one was fire. The views of the house, mind you, the house, I think it's $1 million. It better be $1 million house. If it's not, that shit's crazy. But the views of that spot was fucking insane. I got to work with like so many like fire ass DJs. That's where I made my most connections. Uh, I I ended up working with there was DJ Young Jazzy that day, also DJ Chaos, DJ Flat, like not Flatline, Sideline, his name. But there was so many DJs. Um, like, bro, it was just like a roulette kind of. The shit was lit. Like, bro, from beginning to end. Like the party, like I started playing music even before the party started. So technically the party for me started like an hour before the actual party started. But it was like 10 straight hours of just nothing but music,
Damn.
everybody dancing, liquor, play some pool. There was pool games being played, like where I would play music and then well, no, I wasn't playing music at that point. I think it was DJ Chaos that was playing music at that point. Or Vanny. I think it was DJ Vanny. But they would play music and then whoever was sitting in the chair would have to sing the lyrics, sing the right lyrics to the song. And only for 30 seconds. But if you got the 30 seconds, you would stay up. If not, you get dropped in the pool.
Ooh,
Like
I
if you
feel you.
tripped up, you get dropped in the pool.
Sir, that
But
sound like a lit ass party. 10 hours. That's why they call you the energy guy. Ain't no motherfucking way.
10 hours, bro.
Be at work for 10 hours. Fucking way your ass doing
Bro, it's a different like type of like no bullshit. I could go through like an hour and like I'll not even feel it. Like especially if I'm like in a zone and I'm like I play like multiple different songs that I'm fucking with, and then I like, bro. Honestly,
feeding off the energy.
every time I get on the turntables, and then I start playing music, it's like a different like type of like roller coaster ride. Not a roller coaster ride because it's a different type of like country type ride for me. It's like I'll go down this route, right? And then let's say I'll hear a song from Lil Wayne that I ain't heard from in a while. And I'm like, damn, let me play this shit. Then that shit will bring me back to a set from like back in like way back in like 2010 or some shit like that. And I'm like, damn, you know what? I haven't played this song in a while, and this song in a while, and this song in a while, and this song. Like, it's a lot of freestyling that goes on in my head. So, like, especially when I jump from genre to genre, it's just like I like trying out new shit. Trying out, yeah, playing with different mixes, trying to see what works, what doesn't work.
Like you be feeding off the energy. So
I
there's no way you can do this shit for 5. Feeding off that.
I kind of do. It's kind of like what do you call it? The entourage effect, where like the music will hit me, like the music will hit me, and I'll vibe with the music. I'm always vibing with it. And then like I'll look up and then I'll see the crowd vibing or even like chat vibing. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like people was like, they moving, like they having fun. Like this they say space, like, and we just
Constantly
gonna
throw
keep,
off the
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
You the reason
And I
all that's
just
happening.
and I wanna keep that, I wanna make sure like that energy is always like consistent and there for them. Like, cause I know like there were times where like I was like not feeling it and I would go to the club, even though I didn't want to be in the club. Fuck it, the homies is going, I'm gonna go in the club, not feeling 100%. But then like I seen a few DJs that doing their fucking thing. And they're like, I'm like, God damn, the crowd is vibing, DJ's vibing. Why the fuck am I in here being fucking miserable, bro? Like, this is nice. Nice atmosphere is nice in here. And that shit would switch up my whole mood, bro. No matter how bad of a day I would have, it switch up my whole mood. And I'm like, that's the type of DJ I need to be, bro. Like that's what I need to that's what I need to emulate. That's what I need to be. If like if people having a bad day, a hard time, and they like I wanted them to think of like, oh, going into the bar at like during happy hour at 5 o'clock, drink, just but instead of you going in there, just taking a shot because you're stressed, you go in there and you take a shot because you're stressed, and then you find out, oh shit, the energy is lit in here, the vibe is lit in here. And one thing leads to another, and boom, you vibing out with the music, everything that you was worrying about earlier, you not worrying about no more. Fucking just like, bro, I feel like music make everything right, honestly.
Got one last question.
All right.
What advice would you give a young DJ? See what you do.
All right. For a young DJ, I would say keep doing what you're doing. Like honestly, like that's the mad generic advice, but I'm like honestly, push through. Like if you love music, like you like it, honestly, if you're becoming a DJ, you have to love that. That's the number one thing. But if you love music, like you say you do, gotta keep pushing it. Like just like how like me investing in myself, and then that 6 months, 6, 7 months where I had no work, but like I was creating a safe space for the homies, and I was just sitting there just fucking DJing and learning new shit and going on YouTube and trying to learn. Like even if you don't have the resources to go to a fucking DJ school or anything like that, you don't need all of that, bro. All you need is get this right here. You get you a nice little laptop, and you don't even need turntables. You get you a nice little laptop. You knowledge of music, that's all you need. That's all you need. Just keep pushing, and all that stuff will come. All that other stuff will come, like the turntables, the nice equipment, the speakers, the lights, the name drops, like all the fancy like skills like that you learn along the way. All that shit will come with time. All you gotta do is keep at it, keep practicing, and never be afraid to like venture into something new. Like never be afraid to like go outside of your comfort zone, because there's a lot of comfort zone. Like there's a lot of DJs that love like their little comfort zone bubble. Never be afraid to like step out of that. Like you primarily like hip hop and rap, make that your main focus. Make sure you perfect that craft. Make sure that you are able to step out and like do other things too. Make sure
Okay.
you're able to step out and like, yeah, do some soca, or if you're able to do some reggaeton or bachata, do some like, make sure like you're well versed, because that will open up a lot more doors for you. Make sure like you at least master one of those. Um, Another thing, oh, I had to learn this. Know your worth, DJs. Know your fucking worth. Do not let anybody fucking lowball you. Do not let anybody lowball you at all. I know, like, when you first starting out, it's kind of hard to figure out like how much you're worth, especially when like people come to you and you're like you're jittery. You don't really know. Like, damn, these people chose me to DJ their event. Like, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. Like, set off a baseline, set off a base price line, and if you feel like based on how much you do working, and mind you, the set isn't only the 3 hour set that you're working, it's all the prep that you do before then also. Whatever it is that you're doing behind the scenes to get yourself prepared for this party, plus everything that you do for this party, factor all of that in, make yourself a baseline price and charge people that. And if people, and for special events and stuff like that, you can charge more. That's totally up to you. But at the end of the day, you gotta know your worth. Do not let anybody lowball you, because when they start lowballing you, they're gonna continue to start lowballing you. I'm telling you this from experience. I've had it happen to me where I charged people a certain amount because they said their budget was such and such, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try to work with them because they've been cool and like mixing that friends and business shit. Like I'm telling you, know your worth, stick with it, and if your friends support you or the people respect your craft, they will pay for it. I 100% guarantee they will pay for it. 100%.
So
Yes, yes, and never be
big
afraid
price.
to make connections. Never be afraid to make connections, because that's the biggest thing in this fucking like in the music industry in general is gotta make connections. Everybody
A
you
lot of
meet,
DJ.
make sure yep. And not even just DJs. You gotta talk to like DJs, photographers, sound technicians, producers, yeah, radio station hosts, club promoters. Like there's a whole bunch of people that you should be like in constant contact with, that just to make sure that you're like you have a good list of like contacts.
Or master your craft. Or
So, hmm?
I ask you something before we get up out of here. You got to get off your chest, anything.
um,
Yeah, you ain't shit because I'm
oh, you doing sober November?
doing.
Damn.
Nah,
I was about to say.
I'm doing this over November, but you good. I'm good.
Oh,
It sucked, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
you good, bro? It's actually day 3, bro. Well, it's
Yeah,
almost day
we
3
into
for
day
you.
3 now.
Almost there. Almost there. But I
But yeah,
don't have anything in particular, bro.
we'll get to all of that shit then.
The W.
So, where can the people find you at?
Damn. Me, Just Eli TV on Twitch. Just
Extra
Eli.
E on the end of that, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Eli.
E
That's E.
E-I-E TV. Yes. I'm also on Twitter. I'm active on there. Just Eli Gaming 1. And I'm trying to think, and my Instagram, just underscore Eli. I gotta get all of them like under the same handle, but that's all my shits right there.
That you're streaming on Twitch.
Shit. I usually stream on Thursdays, but for this week, I'm not for Thursday, only because if you've been listening, there has been new music dropping. There's new music dropping this Friday. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stream Friday night to kind of like bring out the new music. Drake and 21 dropping the album that Friday. So
Wait for that shit. They got a
we're
tiny
gonna
desk. Ooh.
we're gonna get into the tiny desk, and then we're gonna get into the fucking set. Um we got I got a set with the scissor track that just dropped. There was another the Chloe song that just dropped. Um, but there's a lot of new music out that I'm dying to get into. Dying to get.
Bro, you been a W guest, man.
Yo, I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Hope to have you back on this.
You already know.
Get you open for your boy. You feel me?
Alright.
Right, but for the rest of the chat, man, we appreciate you. Send the raid, man. Make sure y'all go check out the best DJ on what you talking about. Appreciate you too, man. Right,
Appreciate you,
we gonna
bro.
link back up.
Alright.